Have you ever noticed how some men seem to effortlessly command respect and admiration from the women in their lives? They're not necessarily the richest or most handsome guys in the room, but they exude a sense of confidence and self-worth that's hard to ignore. Think about it. When was the last time you met someone who truly impressed you? Someone who didn't try too hard but just seemed to own the room? That's what we call a man of value. Today, we're going to explore the Machiavellian Code, a set of principles that can help you become a man of value and build stronger, more meaningful relationships with women. Let's break it down into 4 key points. First, men of value prioritize character over charm. They're not trying to impress anyone with fancy words or grand gestures. Instead, they focus on being honest, reliable, and authentic. Think of it like this. When you're on a first date, it's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about being the best version of yourself. Would you rather be with someone who's trying to be a superhero or someone who's unapologetically themselves? Imagine being on a date with someone who's constantly name-dropping and trying to impress you with their wealth or status. It can be exhausting, right? On the other hand, someone who's genuine and authentic is much more attractive. For example, let's say you're on a date and the other person asks you what you do for a living. A man of value wouldn't try to exaggerate or embellish their job title to impress you. Instead, they'd give you a straightforward answer and be proud of what they do. This is because men of value understand that their worth and identity aren't defined by their job, title, or material possessions. They're confident in who they are, and they're not trying to prove anything to anyone. Second, men of value respect boundaries. They understand that women are not just passive recipients of their attention, but rather equals with their own thoughts, feelings, and desires. Imagine you're on a date and your partner says they're not comfortable with something. A man of value would respect their boundaries and adjust accordingly, rather than pushing for more. It's not about being nice or mean. It's about being respectful and empathetic. This is especially important in today's world, where boundaries are often blurred and consent is a major issue. By respecting someone's boundaries, you're showing them that you value and respect their autonomy. For instance, if someone tells you they're not interested in a particular activity, a man of value wouldn't pressure them or try to convince them otherwise. They'd respect their decision and move on. This doesn't mean that men of value are pushover or lack assertiveness. Rather, they're able to balance their own needs and desires with the needs and boundaries of others. Third, men of value take responsibility for their actions. They're not blaming others or making excuses when things go wrong. Instead, they own up to their mistakes and learn from them. Think of a time when you messed up in a relationship. A man of value would apologize sincerely and make amends, rather than trying to sweep it under the rug. That's what builds trust and respect. This doesn't mean that men of value are perfect. Far from it. They make mistakes just like everyone else, but they take ownership of those mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. For example, let's say you said something hurtful to your partner and they call you out on it. A man of value would apologize sincerely and make an effort to understand why their words were hurtful. They wouldn't get defensive or dismissive. Finally, men of value prioritize substance over superficiality. They're not just looking for a pretty face or a good time. They're looking for someone with depth, intelligence, and passion. When you're on a date, focus on having meaningful conversations and getting to know the other person. Ask them about their passions, their values, and their dreams. That's what creates a real connection. Think about it like this. Would you rather have a relationship with someone who's beautiful on the surface, but lacks substance, or someone who's imperfect but has a rich inner life? For men of value, the choice is clear. So what does it mean to be a man of value in today's world? It means being true to yourself, respecting others, taking responsibility for your actions, and prioritizing substance over superficiality. It's not about following a set of rules or trying to fit into a certain mold. It's about being a good person with integrity and character. When you focus on building yourself up, you'll attract someone who appreciates you for who you are. If you want to become a man of value and build stronger relationships with women, start by implementing these principles in your daily life. Take ownership of your actions, respect the boundaries of others, and prioritize substance over superficiality. And remember, it's the small actions you take every day that will ultimately define who you are as a person. So let's start building ourselves up one day at a time. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on Stoicism and personal growth. Let's become the best versions of ourselves together. In the comments below, share with us what you think it means to be a man of value. Let's start a conversation and learn from each other. And if you're looking for more resources on Stoicism and personal growth, check out the links in our description box below. We've got a wealth of information to help you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. And if you're looking for more resources on Stoicism and personal growth, check out the links in our description box below. We've got a wealth of information to help you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Let's conclude with a quote from Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let's focus on building ourselves up and becoming the best versions of ourselves, no matter what life throws our way. Additionally, it's worth noting that becoming a man of value is a lifelong journey. It takes time, effort, and dedication, but the rewards are well worth it. When you prioritize character, respect, responsibility, and substance, you'll find that your relationships with women will become more meaningful and fulfilling. You'll attract someone who appreciates you for who you are, and you'll build a strong foundation for a healthy and happy relationship. So, don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Keep working on yourself and the right person will come along. In conclusion, being a man of value is about more than just attracting women. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and living a life of purpose and meaning. When you prioritize character, respect, responsibility, and substance, you'll find that you'll become a more confident, attractive, and fulfilled person. And that's what will ultimately attract the right person into your life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.